Good morning, Kip One Primary. This is Mr. Jennings, and we're going to start off like we do every lesson with our excellence mantra. We're going to say our excellence mantra together. Respect what's mine, respect what's not. Respect our time, respect our thought. Work hard, try your best, take heart, shake the stress. Be kind and never give up. Rain or shine, I am enough. We're going to read that one more time. Respect what's mine, respect what's not. Respect our time, respect our thought. Work hard, try your best, take heart, shake the stress, be kind, and never give up. Rain or shine, I am enough. So last week we focused on being kind. This week we're going to be focusing on never giving up, which ties right into our value of the month, which is perseverance. Never give up. Never give up has to do with perseverance. When things get tough, you keep on going. Everybody say keep on going. Keep on going. You don't want to give up. You want to always challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to learn a new thing. Love and be courageous. And let's talk about what each of these things are. So perseverance is our value of the month, which means to never give up essentially. And all of these things fall under perseverance. When things get tough, you keep on going. So when things get tough, we often find ourselves getting sad or frustrated and we want to give up. But when you keep on going, you are showing perseverance. You are not giving up, which goes into our next point. You don't want to give up. When you give up, you're telling your brain that you can't do it when really in reality you can. It just takes practice, which goes into challenging yourself. So think about something that you love to do. So whether it's play basketball or football, maybe it's ballet, maybe it's dancing. It could be anything. Just think of something that you love to do. Think about when you first started doing that thing and were you able to do it? For example, when Mr. Jennings was just a little boy, I wanted to play basketball and I tried to shoot the basketball to the rim and I just wasn't strong enough to get the basketball to the rim. And then when I got strong enough, it was hard to make the ball go inside of the rim. And so I had to practice and practice. I had to challenge myself. It wasn't easy, but I didn't get frustrated. And with this goes into our next thing, which is don't be afraid to learn something new. So just like when I was playing basketball, I had to keep on practicing so I could learn that new thing because it's something I wanted to do. Just think about everything that you do and think of it as something that you want to do, whether it's your exit tickets or your homework or just doing chores around the house. You want to learn to do something new so you can be good at it. And if it's hard, that just means that you're about to learn something new. Love. You want to love yourself. So when you love yourself and you love your brain, you don't want to give up. You want to show your brain that you can do it. And whenever you're not giving up, you're being courageous. You're showing courage. And we're showing courage. This goes into being a perseverance led person. So now we're going to be watching a video about perseverance.
When you wanna do something that's new and it seems really, really hard to do, you feel like quitting, you feel you're through. Well, I have some advice for you, don't give up. Keep on trying, you're gonna make it. I don't give up. Don't ever quit. Try, and you can do it. Don't give up. Yeah. If you want to catch a ball, but you're having no luck at all, the ball hits your head, it hits your nose, it hits your belly, your chin and toes. Well, try again. Keep on trying, and soon then you'll put your hands out in the air. You catch that ball, yes, this I swear. Don't give up. Keep on going. You're on a ball, so keep on going. Don't give up. Don't ever stop. Try, and you'll come out on top. Don't give up. You got yourself new roller skates. You put them on and you feel great. You stand up, but then you fall. Don't think you can skate at all. You get back
Now it's time to go into our lesson. Remember, the name of this unit is Exploring Identity and Community. We moved on for science for a couple of weeks, and we're going to learn a little bit about ourselves and a little bit of history. This lesson, and in this entire unit, we're going to focus on these three different questions. What makes me who I am? What parts of my identity do I choose for myself? And what parts are determined for me by others, by society, or by chance? How does my identity influence the choices available to me and the choices that I make? How can we work together to build kinder and more inclusive school and local communities? In this lesson, we have our objectives, and these are our lesson objectives for this lesson. In this lesson, KIPSers will be able to review and deepen their understanding of identity. Also, KIPSers will be able to identify how their experiences have shaped their identities. So to do that, we're going to be using biopoems. Everybody say biopoems. A biopoem will be a small poem about you. The bio is for biography, which is something written about someone's life, and the poem or speech, a rap, a song, is usually in a rhythmical way, but does not have to be. We are going to read someone's biopoem and then see examples of how your biopoem can be written. Read this poem written by Jonathan Rodriguez. He also knows how to write and speak Spanish, and Mr. Jennings does not. So I'm going to try my best. Hi, I am John. No, Jonathan. Wait, Jonathan Rodriguez. Hold on. Jonathan Rodriguez. My name, two names, two worlds. The duality of my identity like two sides of the same coin. With two worlds, there should be plenty of room. But where do I fit? Where can I sit? Is this seat taken or is this seat taken? There never is quite enough room, is there? Two names, two worlds. Where do I come from? Born in the Washington Heights of New York City, but raised in good old Connecticut. The smell of freshly mowed grass, autumn leaves, Sinacho, rice and beans, the sound from Billy Joel's piano keys, and the rhythm from Juan Luis Guerra. I'm from the struggle, from broken dreams of false promises, of houses with white picket fences and 2.5 kids. The mountains in Campos de la República Dominicana, and the mango trees. I'm not the typical kid from suburbia, nor am I a smooth Latin cat. My head's in the clouds, my nose in a comic book. I get lost in the stories and art. I'm kind of awkward, so talking to the ladies is hard. I listen to Fernando Villalona and Aventura every chance I get. But don't make me dance merengue, bachata, or salsa. I don't know the steps. I've learned throughout these past years. I am a mix of cultures, a mix of races. Una raza encendida, negra, blanca, y taína. You can find me in the parts of a song, in una canción. You can feel my African roots in La Tambara, by Taino Screams, and La Guira. And the melodies of the lyrics are a reminder of beautiful Spanish heritage. I am African, Taino, and Spanish, a fanboy, an athlete, a nerd, a student, and an introvert. I'm proud to say, yo soy dominicano. I'm proud to say I am me. I am beginning to appreciate that I am una bella mezcla. I am beginning to see that this world is also a beautiful mix of people, ideas, and stories. Is this seat taken or is this seat taken? Join me and take a seat. Here, we'll write our own stories. So we just saw a bio poem from Jonathan Rodriguez. Our bio poems don't need to be as long. And forgive Mr. Jennings, I know that I probably said some words wrong. Either have your parents read them if you can, and they know how to pronounce them better than Mr. Jennings, or just bear with me. I'm sure I'll get the hang of it. I'll ask maybe Mr. Flores or Ms. Salcedo to help me out. All right, so we're going to read some examples of bio poems. This bio poem is written by a friend named Jackson. Friendly, silly, athletic, tall, son of John and Brenda, who loves chocolate, chip ice cream, the Grizzlies, and Saturdays, who feels happy, tired, and lucky, and who is scared of tests, thunderstorms, and failure, who learned how to shoot a three-point shot and won a basketball trophy, who hopes to see an NBA game and make his parents proud, lives in Memphis, Tennessee. So in this poem, it gave us different adjectives, different things that Jackson likes, some things that he's scared of, some things that he likes, loves to do, and some things that he wants to do. It also told you about his parents and also where he lives. I'm gonna read one more bio poem. This bio poem was written to Martin Luther King Jr., not by him. Proud, courageous, eloquent, and wise, leader to millions who loved nonviolence, God, and humanity, who felt outraged by hate and prejudice, and who was inspired by acts of kindness, who gained greater dignity for his people, and hoped everyone could live in peace. He lives in our hearts, Martin Luther King Jr. So from these bio poems, they're a little different from Jonathan's bio poem that's super long. Our bio poems don't have to be that long. It could be as long as you want it to be or as short as you want it to be. But it needs to give us different adjectives about you. It needs to give us kind of where you're from or where do you live, things that you like to do, things that you want to do, things that you love to do. So how to make your own bio poem. So this is one part of the lesson that we're going to be doing today. You're going to select what you included in the bio poem. A poem typically includes the following information. So you have 8 things that you can choose from. You can choose 3 if you want to, or you can choose all 8, or you can choose more if you want to be just as long or as short as you want it to be. But you need at least 3 of these 8 different things to write your bio poem. If you're not great at writing yet, it's totally fine. If you can have your parent write out your poem, you just tell them the different things that you want them to write. And it doesn't have to rhyme or it can rhyme. That's up to you. 1, adjective that you would use to describe yourself. So that's like loving, caring, helpful, courageous, tall. Any adjective that you want, you can write those down. And you can just have about 3 or 4 adjectives about yourself to write down first. Relationships in your life. So this can be your friend, brother, daughter, whatever you are. So Mr. Jennings, I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a teacher. You can say anything that you want about the relationships that you see yourself in. Things that you love. So I love playing basketball or playing sports. So you can write down one thing that you love, whether that's ballet, maybe it's writing, maybe it's poetry. Important memories. So you can tell us about an important memory. Your fears, for example, Mr. Jennings is scared of heights. So I might put scared of heights or scared of failure, just like Jackson wrote. Accomplishments. So maybe I'll write college graduate or basketball champion. These are different things that I can write for my accomplishments. Hopes or wishes. And I hope or wish that all of you get to and through college. That is my hope and my wish for each one of you. And I might write that at the end or towards the end of my bio poem. And home, location. I live and I am from Chicago, Illinois, which most of you are. What's your name? Our names are important because of our identity, which we talked about last week. So this is what you will do. We're going to go to the next part after you are writing your bio poem. If you need to put the screen on pause on that last part, you can put the screen on pause so you guys can write your bio poem. Sorry. What is your name? Our names are important because your identity, personality, beliefs, and so much more are carried with our name. For example, when you say Mr. Jennings to some of your friends, they know who I am. They know that I'm your teacher. They know I service you guys at KIPP 1 Primary. They know what that means that when you say my name, because my name, because all of you know who I am, it means something. And your name means something as well. You should know what your name is and what it means by now. So last week we talked about knowing what our name means. You can either look that up on the internet or ask your parents. You can search the internet for your name or ask a parent because your parent made your name, so they might know what it means, and you can just know what it means from there. So a couple of names you might know. So we're gonna play a quick game and see some names and how people change their name. So we talked about last week, if you have a nickname or if you could change your name, would you change your name? I'm going to be looking at some people who changed their name from what their name was born to be. So we know them as something different. So the first name here is Sean Corey Carter. I want you to think, do you know who this person, Sean Corey Carter, is? If you're going to play this game with a parent, that'll be fun as well because maybe they've heard some of these names while we play the game. Sean Corey Carter. Any guesses? Jay-Z. So Jay-Z's real name is Sean Corey Carter. He changed his name to Jay-Z, and this is sort of a nickname for Jay-Z, but most of us know him as Jay-Z. Next name, Onika Tanya Mirage Petty. Who do you guys think this person is? Onika Tanya Mirage Petty. All right, let's see. Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj changed her name from Onika Tanya Mirage Petty to Nicki Minaj. And now this is her legal name. So this isn't just her nickname anymore or her stage name. This is now her real name. Aubrey Graham. Let's make some guesses. Who do you think Aubrey Graham is? Drake. Drake's real name is Aubrey Graham. Drake is actually his middle name, and we use his middle name as his real name. We barely know him as Aubrey Graham anymore. We only know him for the most part as Drake. Belcalis Marlenas Almanzar. Sorry if I said that wrong. Who do you guys think this is? Belcalis Marlenas Almanzar. This is Cardi B. So Cardi B's nickname is, her real name is Belcalis Marlenas Almanzar, and she changed her name to Cardi B, and this is her kind of her nickname. She doesn't go by her name that she was born with very often. Cassius Clay. Cassius Clay is Muhammad Ali. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Muhammad Ali. So Muhammad Ali changed his name from Cassius Clay, and he's one of the he changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. He changed his name for different reasons. And he was an American boxer. He was black, like most of us are. And he changed his name for a reason. And we're going to learn a little bit why Muhammad Ali changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. Before we go into the video about Muhammad Ali, I want you guys to know that he was a boxer. So that means that he fought for a living. He boxed to box to become like the best boxer in the world. And a lot of us know him now. He was very good, just like we did before with poems and the way he used his words, because he talked in a way that used rhyming words a lot of times. We're going to learn why did Muhammad Ali change his name and what his name means. Now, he was a boxer. Now, it's not okay to fight different people like around you. Like it's best to have a conversation and get to a common ground and figure things out together. But his job was boxing. So if you are a person who fights and shouldn't be fighting, maybe you should ask your parents or someone to put you in boxing, because boxing is a great way to relieve some of that anger out, and it's also a way to help you guys practice self-control and responsibility.
Why do you insist on being called Muhammad Ali now?
That's my original name. That's a black man name. Cassius Clay was my slave name. I'm no longer a slave.
What does it mean?
Muhammad means worthy of all praises, and Ali means most high.
Why don't you like to be called Clay anymore?
No, Clay was not my name. Clay was a white man's name. It was a slave name. And I'm no longer Clay. I'm no longer a slave. So now I'm Muhammad Ali.
Do you answer to Clay anymore?
Well, some people, they still say Clay.
Sports writers still call you Clay.
No, I stopped them because they know better. Then some walk up. How you doing, boy? How you feeling, Cassius? Meet Mr. Clay. Fine boy. Then I have to straighten him out because he's agitated, acting smart and bossy. But it's according to how they approach me.
I'd like to say something right here. You know, Cassius Clay, yes.
Why do you want to say Cassius Clay when Howard Cosell and everybody is calling you Muhammad Ali? Then why you got to be the one of all people whose color to keep saying Cassius Clay?
Howard Cosell is not the one who's going to fight you. I am.
You're making it really hard on yourself now. Well, why don't you keep the thing in the sport angle? Why don't you call me my name, man?
Well, what's your name? You told me your name was Cassius Clay a few years ago.
I never told you my name was Cassius Clay. My name is Muhammad Ali, and you will announce it right there in the center of that ring after the fight if you don't do it now.
For the benefit of this broadcast, him. All right?
You just acting just like an old Uncle Tom. Another flawed policy. I'm going to punish you.
Let me tell you something, man. You ain't got no...
Back off of me.
Don't call me no Uncle Tom.
That's what you are, Uncle Tom.
Why are you going to call me Uncle Tom?
You heard me. Just back off of me.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the two contestants prepare for battle.
So in that video, we seen what Muhammad Ali's name meant and how important his name was for to him. He didn't he took that as disrespect when people called him something different, because what he changed his name to is what his identity is. And with his identity, that is something that we all want to make sure that we're building all the time, and we don't let people disrespect. However, we don't want to be fighting for our we don't want to be physically fighting when someone calls us a different name, but we want to be able to talk to them and let them know that this is my name and this is important to me. And then other people will then show your name respect. So Muhammad Ali changed his name and did not like when other people called him Cassius Clay. He often referred to it as his slave name. Ali did research to find a name that went with his identity. Muhammad meaning worthy of all praises, and Ali meaning most high. Before doing his research, Ali did not fully understand the meaning of his name when his name was Cassius Clay. So he didn't know what Cassius Clay meant, really. He knew where it came from, and he kind of looked it up as we did, but he did not like that name, and he decided to change his name like some of the people we've seen do it before, because our name, what we choose our name to be, is what our identity carries. So I want to be called Mr. Jennings because I want to be known as your teacher, your science teacher, and then everyone kind of makes adjectives like maybe he's loving, he's a great teacher, he's very helpful, he knows information. You guys, our personal experiences that we've had together, you're able to conform my identity because that's what you know me as. And the same thing with your names. We attach different adjectives and different personalities and different faces to different names. So you want your name to be important to you, just like Muhammad Ali did. Our names are important. So some people change their names and some people keep their names. It's up to you. You can choose to change your name for different reasons and also learn to keep your name for different reasons. And I'm going to just tell you a couple of different reasons why people change their names first. People change their names because African Americans, mostly African Americans and Black people, come from slavery. So your last name most of the time comes from a person who owned a slave, and then your name kind of went from your great grandmother to your great grandmother, and so on and so forth. And that is how you got your last name. So people change the name because they don't want the last name their slave owners gave them. So think of it like a teddy bear. So when you have a teddy bear, you might go to American Doll or Build-A-Bear, and you get a teddy bear or a doll. You name that doll, and that doll has the same name, last name as you. So for example, if I went to the Build-A-Bear and I named my teddy bear Teddy, my teddy bear's last name would be Jennings because it is Mr. Jennings' bear. So it'll be Teddy Jennings. And that is my property. And that lets people know that Teddy is my bear. However, over the years, we learned that slavery is wrong and people are no property to other people. So because Teddy is technically a bear, so it's my bear, it's my property, I can't name something the same last name as me because it's mine and because I own it. You don't own a different person. You never can own a different person. They can be related to you. So your mom has the same last name as you, not because she owns you, but because you are part of her family. We weren't a part of the slave owners' family 100, 200 years ago. We were just their slaves, and they thought of us as their property, like a toy, and we're not toys. The last name was given to slaves to let people know who their property were. So just like the teddy bear, if my teddy bear was to get lost, someone might bring it back to me because it has the same last name as me. When people change their names, they show liberation. So liberation is freedom from slavery. So that shows that there's no more slavery. You are free now. We are all free people. To make your own definitions of your name to go with their identity. So Muhammad Ali changed his name to Muhammad Ali, which means worthy of all praises and all high, most high, because that's what he wanted to be attached to his identity. Some people also keep their name. Mr. Jennings kept his name. I've never changed my name before. So some people keep their names to never forget that slavery happened. So if you keep changing your name, people maybe start to forget that slavery was actually a thing not so long ago. to help find lost family members or build more of a family tree. So if you have the same last name, you're able to see people who have similar last names, and they might be either in your family or close to your family, depending on how long ago you go back. To find similarities with other people are important because you might have seen that some people have the same last name as you. And if they have the same last name as you, that doesn't mean that you're family, but you just might be. You just have to figure that out through your parents. Some people don't know where their names come from, so they keep them. So if you did, some people just don't think about their name, so they keep their same name forever instead of getting a nickname or changing their names. And also, finally, people keep their names because your name is what you make it. When people think of you, they think of the person that you are, not all the way what your name means or where your name can come from. You make your name good or you make your name bad. You choose to do right things or do wrong things, and people will connect what you have done in your life to your name. What does your name mean? Again, ask your parent or search on the internet what your name means. In the search bar, you can put, what does the name blank mean? You're in that blank spot, you're gonna put your name. What is identity? Identity includes the many relationships people cultivate, such as their identity as a child, friend, partner, and parent. It involves external characteristics over which a person has little or no control, such as height, race, or socioeconomic class. Identity also encompasses political opinions, moral attitudes, and religious beliefs, all of which guide the choices one makes on a daily basis. So this is going to be our identity chart. This is what we're the next assignment that we're going to be doing today. So we have about 6 questions here, and you're going to put this in the middle. You're going to answer these 6 questions and fill out an identity chart. What you can do is just either use a piece of paper, or you can do it right on your computers and just attach different pictures on the on your Microsoft Word. So what are 2 websites that might say something about who you are or connect to your identity? List and describe them below. So one thing that I have is names.com. This is where you can figure out what your name means. And YouTube, just like we seen Muhammad Ali explain why he changed his name and what he changed his name to, it taught me different things about my name. Sketch and label 2 images that represent you or say something about who you are. So I have books because I'm a teacher, and I have a basketball because I love basketball. I used to be good at it, maybe not so much now. What is one product, object, or piece of clothing that represents something about yourself? Nike. I have Nike here because I have a lot of clothes that are Nike, or a lot of shoes that are Nike because I like to play basketball or work out. What is one place that is important to me and connects me to a part of who I am? Right here, I have our classroom. So some of the kindergartners never been to this classroom before, but our 1st through 4th have seen our classroom before. And this is one place that is important to me because this is a place of learning. And this is a place that we can all have fun and be friends. Next, is there a video that represents something about yourself or you feel connected to? It could be a viral video that relates to your sense of humor, a music video, TV, or movie clip. And you can send these to me as well. And I'll give you more information on how to send these things towards the end of our video. Everything else, you can either draw it or search Google for different pictures. And what is an important date besides your birthday that is important to you and that relates to who you are? Right here, I have Christmas. I love Christmas because it's a time where I can give gifts and also get gifts. And it also brings my family together. So I love Christmas. Next, we're going to watch, finally, we're going to watch a video that represents something about myself or that I feel connected to.
Camera! Come first, RJ. iPhone. Good set?
Yes.
Hey, at the count of me. Look at the board. 1, 2, Enrique!
Yeah!
All right. I'll do it. And go!
So in that video, you were able to see, actually I have the same shirt on that I had on in the video, but, and that was years ago. So that's when RJ was in kindergarten. So we were able to see a video that was important to me. And I like that video because it shows how important you guys are to me, and the things that you do are important to me. So work submission. So you can submit your different work to me at cjennings@kipchicago.org. There are 2 things that you can submit to me through our email, and that's your bio poem Remember, you need to choose at least 3 of those different things from the video. Identity chart. And we have the identity chart on a couple of minutes ago. So if you rewind the video, you can see the different things that our identity chart has. You can either draw those things or take pictures away from Google. And to send me your video, you're just going to attach your video to it and send it to my email. And this is for a raffle to win $10. So right here, there's 2 people who sent me submissions last week. These are the 2 people who gave me submissions last week, Isaiah Franklin and Amaria Freeman. I'm going to spin the wheel for them. So we were able to see the spin wheel, but actually I'm going to give Amaria and Isaiah the $5 a piece. Well, I'm going to split the $10 between the 2 of them, 5 and 5, since I didn't give this information out on the video. But this week, if you send me your bio poem and your identity chart, I'll put you inside of our spin wheel, so you will be able to get a chance to earn those $10 and then be featured on our next lesson. I'm going to choose a couple of them. So see you guys next week. I hope you guys learned a lot. I can't wait to see your bio poems and your identity charts.